Yep. Yep.
It makes a difference. Exactly.
Yeah, so
Exactly.
let me give a little history.
That's right.
Let me give a little history, y'all. So I have been posting videos online since before Instagram even had video.
That's
So
right.
y'all know that was a long time ago. And at the time that I was posting videos, I was probably in my 30s, okay? I mean 20s, my probably in my early 20s. So I went from my 20s to my 30s to my 40s through breakups, through marriage, through kids, through depression, through it all. And, of course, us being African American, some of us are going to have different, body compositions. And then, as I've like through the years, as I've posted videos, I've always gotten people, they would either come in my inbox or they would come in my comment section.
That's
And
right.
even up to this day, they still do it. Oh my gosh, if you jump so much, why are you still fat? Oh my gosh, you should be ashamed of yourself. Oh my gosh, you teach these classes, you should be leading by example. Oh my gosh, you're an influencer. But if you're an influencer, you should have the standard status quo body. Oh my gosh, why this? Oh my gosh, why that? And it's just like, that doesn't matter. It's right
That's
now,
right.
it's more about how I make people feel. When people watch me jump, and I can go through all of my comments. Oh my gosh, you look so happy. Oh my gosh, I was having such a bad day before your video came across my screen. Oh my gosh, I just want to go in my closet and find the rope that I probably left there 3 years ago. Oh my gosh, I'm just so excited. This is what I that joy that we give people. And I tell people right now, even as I'm in my 40s, like, look, I don't jump to lose weight. That's not the overall message. I jump for my physical, my mental, and my emotional wellness, right?
Yes.
Physically, it's going to help with whatever goals I'm working with. Mentally,
Yes.
jump rope is so complex. Y'all think I make it, we maybe make it look easy, but jump rope is very complex.
So
So
hard.
that is the mental part of it. And then emotionally, it brings like jump rope has gotten me through some of the worst periods of my life. Okay. Like I actually made an attempt on my life before. And the crazy thing about these people
Oh God.
online is that imagine if I didn't go to therapy and work on myself. When y'all come in my inbox, you fat, you this, you that. Imagine the trauma that it could happen if I was not healed from my depression. People online are do not understand, like they come here and they say all these things but they don't understand. And my mission right now is preaching jump rope for wellness. Matter of fact, I have an acronym: jump, JUMP, journey of the underdog making progress, journey of the underdog making progress. Because you know what, when you when you have that jump rope, right, when you have that jump rope, you have to turn the rope. But when you turn the rope, guess what? You have to jump over the rope, right? If you don't jump over the rope when you turn it, guess what? You're gonna keep hitting your foot, right? So that is life. Such is life. When problems come your way, are you just gonna stand there and let the rope keep hitting your foot? Or are you actually going to take action? And that's what jumping is. So with me, I have started talking about jump rope for wellness, jump rope for wellness. Like I used jump rope in 2020 to start eliminating my blood pressure. With consistency of jumping rope, I did come down on weight. But guess what? The weight was not my focus because I don't care about that. Like I just want to do something that makes me feel good, not only physically, but mentally and emotionally. And this is why now, I focus my content to women that's over 40 because we have so many moms, so many women that are overwhelmed. They are ashamed. They have no confidence. And they look at me like, oh my gosh, I would never go out and jump in the street. I would never go in the gym and do that. But after seeing me, because I told them, look, I will come belly and all. Look, don't play with me, okay? Do not play with me. Belly and all. Look, look.
40 seconds. Again, that is called
Yes.
CONFIDENCE.
Look, I'll wear my little band to stop the jiggle. I'll wear my band to stop the jiggle, but guess what, y'all? Confidence. And because of that, I've had women commenting. Matter of fact, I had this one lady in my jump rope group. She put a video of herself in the gym with a crop top shirt with her belly out, and she was like, because of the confidence that you exude, I was able to
Right.
go in my gym. I wasn't even mad at her. Like she had her crop top, her belly. I wasn't mad at her because a lot of times people, and it's like a lot of times women have these goals, right? These fitness goals, and everyone. And anytime I talk about fitness goals, I don't like to say lose weight because everybody's goals is not to lose weight, right? So I always just say, right. I'll just say whatever your fitness goal is. No, you work on it. You be consistent. And I done lost my train of thought. But yeah, I like I said, I preach it for wellness. Like I don't want to put that thing on. Oh, if you jump, because a lot of people will come, well, how many times do I have to jump in order to lose weight? I don't know. Just be just be consistent. That's it. And 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 then too, like because I'm 40, like a lot of, well, I'm actually about to be 42, but a lot of women are starting to watch me now, right? Watch in general, and these women are in their 40s, their 50s, their 60s, and it's like I want to preach like jumping safely. Yes, I always preach that 10 minutes is equivalent to a 30-minute jog, but I also want to preach to you, look, wear the correct shoes, jump on the correct surface, learn how to do it because people are giving jump rope such a bad rap because they're not educated about it. So, yeah.
Right there, B. That's a topic for another discussion.
Yes, it is.
About jumping incorrectly. Because you can pick up a rope and jump any which way. But jumping every which way, you're asking for injuries. You need to know the basics and the safety precautions to take to jump rope properly to get the most out of it. Most people like to skip that.
Yeah.
What they do is they go online and they look at people jumping rope, blah blah blah, and they think they can just do this very same thing. What they do is they go and they overexert themselves, or jump with shoes, or jump with slippers or boots. I've seen it all. Jumping barefoot, right? You've got to be very careful. The thing is, so I tell some of the my ex patients, the ones who are overweight to severely overweight, you have to be very careful with jumping rope. Why? You're gonna put excess stress on your knees, on your back, on your hips, on your cervical spine. All of this stuff is very, very important. So if you don't wear the proper shoes, if you're not jumping on the proper surfaces, even if your rope is not sized correctly,
the rope size, let me tell you, so many problems can be solved with the rope size. That, like, anytime somebody asks me a question, most of my answers is size your rope correctly. You're jumping too high, that's because the rope got a lag before it gets under your feet. So you're like, and the thing about it is that I want my women, I want them to feel empowered to do this, but do it at your own pace. I understand there's so many people doing so many wonderful things, because jump rope is dope, right? Jump rope is phenomenal, but you have to go at your own pace. Stop looking at people. Yes.
Exactly that. Also, remember what I said to you? Well, not to you, but a whole bunch of people, like in a video last week, I said, you don't need to do all these complicated tricks, y'all.
No.
That is nice to look at. It's
Yep.
nice to say, wow, that's something I can attain to. All you need is the basics and sustained good endurance. You're talking, if you can get up to 30 minutes without a lot of breaks, boom, kudos to you, right? Bring it as your fitness level increases. Bring it up to 45. Bring it up to 60, right? Your little double unders, your crosses. You don't need to do all this acrobatic stuff. That is not cardio fitness, y'all. Okay, remember that. Because the thing is, if you're looking for health and for fitness, you want to keep it at the moderate zone for a longer period of time. Sustaining that, increase your stamina, increase your endurance, burn the fat in that zone if that's what you're looking for. But it also covers cardiopulmonary fitness. Now, all the other acrobatic stuff, that's not sustainable for like 45,
right.
60. You see what I'm saying? Keep it basic, moderately simple if you can, and go for a longer period of time. Right?
Because actually,
learn. That's the thing. If you notice people, they want to do 20, but learn the basics well. Go from 0 to 10. But do it at a moderate pace. Do it at your pace. If you don't get it in the first month, we'll get it in the second month. Everybody tries to rush.
And guess what? You need the, like, if you cannot, I tell people, if you cannot do at least 100 jumps in a row, You have no business trying to even do a trick like you, because those 15-second videos that I do, that takes the life out of me. Imagine you trying to do every trick, you trying to do every trick in your arsenal in that time. The more tricks you're doing, the more air you're gonna take. And this is the thing why when these people come on and they fat shame and they say, "Oh my gosh, you're so big," it's like my conditioning is unmatched. And this is why boxers, right? Even though all athletes jump rope, I kid you not, all athletes jump rope, but it's glorified. Everyone, even dancers, it's glorified in boxing. Why? Because the stamina and the conditioning that a boxer needs to be on the offense, to be on the defense, to act now have to monitor their breathing, having a duck, having a punch. And the crazy thing about it is that I actually took up boxing because I just wanted the whole experience of it. And the first time that I went in that, because I used to always sit there and look at TV like, why is this only 3 minutes? Why is the round only 3 minutes? But when I got and did my first sparring session, I was traumatized because I was like, oh my gosh, this is why boxers run and jump. So now when people come to me and they want to say, oh my gosh, you're so fat. Okay, take this rope and jump 10 seconds without passing out, okay?
Remember what I told you? And guys, listen very carefully if you guys are online here. People get so taken in by the aesthetics. Aesthetics, right? Aesthetics is not necessarily health and fitness. Aesthetics does not definitely equate to health and fitness. You guys are looking at us, right? So some people might say you're bottom heavy, top heavy, but honey, give us a rope and we'll show you cardio fitness conditioning.
And you know,
I'm 54 years old, y'all. 54 years old. And let me just give you a little something just to add to what you were saying before. In 2007, I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, guys. I live with multiple sclerosis, okay? I have problems with my legs, with my knees, with my back, with my vision. Sometimes I'm weak, sometimes I buckle under. But let me tell you what the doctors say. All my neurologists tell me the reason why you're not in a wheelchair today. They told me in 2008 I would have been in a wheelchair.
wow.
You know what saved me, guys? And I'm not saying this is a cure. This is what saved me. That jump rope.
Yep.
The doctor said it had to be that because my scans look one way, my MRI, my CAT scans look one way. What I'm doing now should not be happening. The only thing they attributed to is the fact that my brain had to learn to acclimatize, to take over those parts that should not have been working. Okay? I've got lesions on the back of my head, the occipital region, the frontal region, the parietal region. Technically, I'm not. My husband's like, this is not possible. Doctors are like, this is not possible. I'm doing it. The jump rope. I've given a few talks at the MS Society in the city, in New York City, and I can tell you, I got a few people on jump rope who've done wonders. Now, this is for relapsing, remitting multiple sclerosis, not the more progressive form. So I'm just talking about that. If any of you guys out there who have relapsing, remitting multiple sclerosis, and you are pretty ambulatory, you can get on the day, but you suffer from symptoms, and you know what I'm talking about, those of you who are suffering with it, right? Take the rope, 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day. You don't have to do what you see me doing online, because I've been jumping for a long time, okay? The thing is, just do your best to put in at least 10 minutes a day. I promise you will do a world of difference for you. Because I used to shake a lot. I don't shake that much anymore. I'm pretty much focused. Because before I wasn't as focused because the multiple sclerosis really got to me in my eyes and my brain. I jump rope and I tell you guys, and again, I don't want to purport this as a cure, but it has made worlds of a difference for me. So I can tell you that was my lifesaver. You understand?
Right.
And also obviously from being obese and dropping weight, but that's a byproduct. Notice I'm not talking about that a lot because I'm focusing on my health.
Right. Physical, mental, emotional.
I want to live because the thing is, man, I would have been dead long ago. All right, I found the rope gave me a reason to keep going. And that's for another topic.
Yep, it's so funny because I actually just did a thing that said jump rope saved my life. And y'all have to realize like when you find something that you truly like even I have people that sit there like, oh my gosh, I want your knees, or people always say, but my knees. And the crazy thing is, like I said, before I knew of any of your medical diagnoses or anything like that, you were already an inspiration, like I said, because you were the only black woman, because you jumped to music, right? But as I started to learn your story, and people come to me like, "Oh my gosh, this," I was just like, "Okay, you were my first inspiration because you're older than me," and it was just like, "Okay, if she can go on and do this," and then you went on and you made a jump rope team of women that were over 70 years old. Talk about that.
Oh my shit, you know what it is, B? It's just so much going on, guys. Let me tell you something. Like, okay, from being a doctor to becoming an entrepreneur, a businesswoman, and a jumper coach all in one, right? That's crazy. Before the women's team,
Right.
we went back to New York. Remember the very first Orthodox Jewish jumper team ever in New York City.
Wow.
22.
Wow.
Jewish kids, maybe two black kids, maybe two black kids, and those kids went on to the regionals and knocked it out. Knocked it out. Qualified for the nationals, knocked it out, right? So you can imagine. So from there, okay, when I came to Sweden, I'm like, okay, I can get kids to do this too. But what if I can get women 50 and up to do this?
That was amazing what you did.
Made it happen. Took these Swedish women to Columbus, Ohio, 2017, y'all.
Wow.
And the thing is, I don't know if you've ever seen. I remember Anita. She was 82.
Yeah.
82 years old, woman, kicked butt. Standing ovation at the with the Arnolds, right? The Arnolds championship, exactly. Standing ovation. Her speed, her double dutch. I mean,
double-ended, yeah.
Just to let you know, guys, they don't do this here in Sweden. I mean, this is not like it wasn't in the culture. So
these women didn't grow up with this. They started this at the age of 70.
The youngest was me because I was the coach, but I was like, what, 52 or 54 now, 2 years ago, right? So 52 years old, 53 years old. Anita was the oldest, she was 82. So we were jumping, and people were like, "This is impossible." Physical condition. Now, mind you, these Swedish women, because the culture, they're very skinny.
Right.
They train their hearts to be physically fit. Because in the beginning, they were like, and they're looking at me and they're like, how is it that you can do that? Meaning, you're so big, you're bigger. How is that? They don't even understand. It's not about the excess weight down here. It's how you train your heart here.
Mm-hmm.
And how you train your lungs here, and how much muscle strength that you have, and how much core strength you have. I keep emphasizing this because people get so hung up on, oh my God, look at her abs, look at her thighs. No, honey, it's strength.
Right.
Cardio fitness equates to good health and wellness. Good health and wellness equates to good mental and emotional wellness, and all of that together is a package, y'all.
Yep.
And that's what you gotta focus on. And then the weight loss is a byproduct of all
right.
That.
If you're consistent. And let me tell you, both myself and Lucy have been featured all over TV, radio, blogs, magazines, all of it. And not one of these news broadcasters or television news people or magazine people said, oh, we don't want you because you're too fat. Okay? So it's all about, so it's like, you think I'm gonna listen to these little internet people that no, because we bring something much more than that. And these people already recognize, oh yes, the conditioning, the stamina. And not only that, it's not always about the body, but always how you feel and how you make other people feel. Because let me tell you something about me and Lucy B. Like I said, what attracted me to her was that she jumped to music. All right. So Lucy is a house music specialist. And and what it really is, like a lot of times, even on my day, I always tell people all the time, I do the same tricks all the time over and over and over. But what makes it look like something is the music, the smile, the swag. Because we can take a crossover and it could look plain if we just sitting there. But once you put the music on, we dancing, we grooving out, and it looks like we doing something special. So a lot of times it's not. I always tell people you don't have to have all of these tricks in your arsenal. You can have like four, five, six tricks, maybe some footwork, put on some kind of music that you like and make it happen because it looks so different based on what you're jumping on. Yes, Lucy B is the queen of house music. Oh my God. Right there, chef on skates.
I'm mad about house. So that's my thing. House and jump rope together. Make it fucking also, you know how we like to jump to beat?
Right.
I'm funny about that, y'all. And my kids, the kids that I train, they know I like them to jump to beat. You gotta look cute. You gotta look cute when you jump around.
And that's the swag.
That's what I'm saying. Jump rope is, you gotta look good. But it's all about the music, it's all about the vibe. And let me just say one thing, B. And even my husband, who doesn't know you personally, when he clicks on your videos, the man is smiling from ear to ear. What you do, even me, I'm always smiling, right? It's your vibe, it's your energy, and it's what you give to the masses. Forget about health and fitness, yo. It's how you take your talent and share it with the world.
Yep.
Okay, and I'm going to sidebar right now because I told you nothing's off the table.
Yeah, let's go.
So, of course, both of us, we need a lot of sisters. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sisters who say, you know what, look at you, I'm down with you, sister this, sister that. But when it comes down to it, they're not really in your corner.
You taking it there. Up.
The thing is online, sister girl, I got you, queen, whatever. But okay, are you going to help me? Are you gonna big me up, queen? Are you gonna big up a sister? For real.
Yeah, and this is the honest truth.
Okay, but don't give it a lip.
I'm just
Don't give it a lip. Are you bigging me up? Are you helping me? Are we helping each other, or am I just helping you?
Right.
That was what has happened to me over the years, where I was just like, whoa, help, big up my sister. And I'm looking, I'm like, this is not a mutual thing.
Right.
That was more so than not.
Right.
And that's a shame.
Right.
And this is what I was telling my husband, you know what, damn, Bernadette, that girl, remember in New York? You open your mouth, boom, I'm just like, wow, I'm in a course right now. The girl, because I'm not really tech savvy, but what you showed me, B, was you put your money where your mouth is. I didn't even have to ask for anything. You gave from your heart. And the people in your community, your fan base, it feels like the same vibe.
Right.
Because this is not the kind of people that I attracted going with other people. I'm trying to keep it cryptic, but I think you know what I'm trying to
No,
say.
I totally understand what you're saying. And let me tell you something. And let me tell you just how because like I said, I remember it took us a while. It took us a while before I guess you even communicated with me in the beginning, and it was probably some of those things. But like me, I'm like, look, I admire anybody that jump rope. I don't care. Like it's not a thing where I'm better than you, you better than no. Like every jump rope is individual, and I don't care. So like for me to like that video that I posted of you on my page on my reels. Oh my gosh, that thing got over 2,000 views. And yes. And the thing about it is, just go to my reels. I don't mind sharing good people. I don't care. Like you're good people. I love you. I look up to you. I admire you. So I don't mind sharing you with my audience. Like, so what? Like I'm not the only person out here. I'm not the only good jumper out here. That's like
forget about the jumping part.
Yeah, just everything in general.
When it's you, B, it's you first. Not the jump rope. It's you first. Good people, good vibes. You give that positivity out there. What you give, you will get back.
Right.
What you give, you will surround yourself with. And that is the thing I didn't find a lot of sisters doing that for sisters. And I found myself giving so much, and I'm like, dang. And that translated to how, like, 'cause back in the day, I didn't even get involved in the adults because I was so focused on the kids.
Right.
And guess what, B? My husband even told me, he goes, you have all these messages in your inbox. That's what happened.
I used to comment on your YouTubes all the time. I know.
I don't even know where to go to reply. Oh, man.
No, but YouTube is weird, like that for you to like really see. But yeah, I told you when I first.
That's why I was so focused. Like I want this kid, and I want my kid to be. So this is the way. And plus, obviously, I'm thinking like a physician, right?
Right.
I was super competitive. I'm like, yo, get it focused, get it done, and the next thing. So I'm not focused on nobody else. I got burnt out. You know what it's like when you get burnt.
Oh, I totally understand. I'm
like, you know what? I'm just gonna stay focused on everything. And that's not us. That wasn't the reason why.
No.
Reading those messages, like, stop on showing me, like, oh my, I'm like, Jesus, no one is on that. Whatever. But moving on, though, B.
Oh no, we good. We tight.
Let me tell you, right? Because y'all don't even know Bernadette's coming to Stockholm. Oops, I told them. All right. So what I'm saying is, even when I got to Stockholm here, the culture's different. So I didn't get a lot of support. I had to really push. It had nothing to do with the language. Trying to convince these Scandinavian people that jump rope works, they're like, nah, because they tell you straight up, we don't really want to bulk up. How does jump rope bulk you up, y'all? Come on, let's talk about it. A nation that's supposedly so intelligent, I asked them, how does jump rope bulk you up? Well, you look bulky. You see? So this is what I'm saying. They hit you with the pre-stereotypes or de-stereotypes, or they just don't want to deal with it. And that's pretty much still what it is. Those women who jump rope with me now, and it took me a while for them to believe me. That look, and when they started getting fitter and fitter, and then it wasn't so much losing weight; it was for their cardio,
right?
Fitness. They're already skinny, but now that they're fit and they're toned. So I don't know if you're training athletes, but I do privates here. I train basketball players.
Okay.
Soccer's big here, right? Basketball players, soccer players, and tennis players. So I have my own private group here. These are athletes on sports teams, pretty high sports teams here that do the jump rope. Runners. Sweden is known for their running and for their skiing. So their skiers and their runners, they book times with me so that they can learn how to double under.
Wow.
Do speed jumps and speed. So I do a cardio hit class for them, right? Because that's what they need.
Right.
So those high impact sports, the jump rope works. Now let me tell you something, and you said this on one of your videos a long time ago, and let me reiterate this.
Mm-hmm.
Jump rope prepares you for every single sport, but it is not the opposite, y'all.
Yep.
You cannot bike for jump rope. It won't help you. You can't run for jump rope. It can't help you. I've had the fittest men and women jumping rope. They couldn't even do it for 2 minutes. Facts.
Because the thing about jump rope is that with jump rope, it's like you against that rope. Like you have to do all the work. So you have to turn and you have to jump. I always tell people, like, and not to shame running, but like when you're running, you can drop your arms. You can slow down. You can start walking. With jump rope, you have to do the work by yourself. And the thing about it is that the coordination that it requires is impeccable. It's so funny. And like I don't train athletes, but if I'm hired to do a workshop, I'll do it. But the most of the people that I run into are like just our common general people that want to jump rope. Yeah, so basically what like in class, we could be doing like a basic bounce, but as soon as I say do a jumping jack, it's like, oh my gosh, because it's like your legs, your arms, and your mind are doing all different things, but at the same time. So it's like, okay, a jack. I'm like,
Coordination, and it's also spatial orientation in the brain. Okay, because a lot of you guys out there know that jump rope actually puts neurons together. All the neurons become rewired, reconnected, right? And that's the reason why we're more. I don't know if you find that when you jump rope, you're more centered, you're more focused, because that's what the brain does. It reorganizes the neurons so that you have more spatial ability, spatial orientation, spatial awareness. It's the bomb, y'all. Nothing rivals it. Nothing prepares you for it, but it will prepare you for everything else.
yep.
Everything. And the other thing to be, just so that we get back on that topic,
Yes.
you know the whole thing with fat shaming, right? Because I wanted to talk about something specific about fat shaming, but I think I'm gonna leave that for another time, because that's a whole other.
But this is the topic though, so you can say it though.
Right. Because let me tell you, because the thing is, like, we have all these different body types, and people are like, well, if you're bottom heavy or if you're top heavy, can jump rope get rid of that like a rope, right? Meaning spot train.
Right.
And we know there's no such thing as that.
Right.
However, right, and this is medically documented, the heavier you are, right, overall, the faster you would lose weight if you jump rope. Because if you're overall heavy on the top, heavy on the bottom, you will lose weight, like, systematically, right, overall. But if you're bottom heavy versus top heavy, that weight goes last in general, even if it is not your genetic, right? Now, it is my genetics to be bottom heavy, which means the weight will be more resistant down there. But here's the thing. The people who have fat shamed me years ago, and even till now, they don't even know about my MS.
Right.
But they also don't know that I suffer from another health ailment. I don't sleep at night.
Wow.
I have something called paroxysmal idiopathic insomnia.
Wow.
So I get maybe I have maybe like 45 minutes of sleep every 24 hours.
Wow.
Right now it's after midnight, whatever it is. But I 45 minutes to an hour of sleep in the morning.
Wow.
And my body has acclimated to that. So you guys might ask me, that's impossible. It is. There are many of us walking around here with that, right?
Wow.
Some form of it, but I have a severe form, which means what? Cortisol levels are always high in my body. Always, 24 hours, my cortisol is way high. So I have all these stress hormones high. My ghrelin, this ghrelin and leptin, the hunger hormone. If cortisol is up, ghrelin is way up, which means that my body will hold on to any fat it has. And so since this is the bottom heavy people they have the most resistant fat. They have more of the white adipose tissue versus the brown adipose tissue. People who are top heavy have more of the brown than the white. That's why they tend to lose weight quicker, the ones who are top heavy than the bottom. So I'm just telling you guys now, it's really, oh God, man, so much I want to say, right? You know how that is, right?
Right.
It's really tempting to say that people who are big are not fit. It's very tempting because aesthetically, when you're looking at them, it looks that way.
Mm-hmm.
Be very careful when you say that, because even if you get a body composition, forget about the fat, okay? The muscles that we have that sustain our body, right? These are good muscles that help in your cardiovascular conditioning, and that is the most important thing you guys have to worry about. Mm-hmm. The fat shaming thing, guys, look, what can you do? Just like your people said, fat comes on, fat comes off. You have trollers, you have haters, whatever. Put your blinders on. This is what I tell my kids, what I tell my clients. Focus on you.
Yep.
And also focus on a community, people who are like you, people who have like-minded ways, attitudes, and vibes. Stick with that and forget about the rest. And I know sometimes it's hard to forget about the rest, but do your best to look good in your body.
Yep.
Your body.
And let me tell you,
Did you remember years ago I made up a slogan that said something, I forgot my own slogan, something about your body but better.
Right.
Like rock your body. Like just be sexy in your own body, no matter what weight you are. Top heavy, bottom heavy, whatever you want to call it, just look cute.
Yes.
Right? Just look cute, and that's it.
And what's happening is a lot of people are, and especially some of our Black females out here, they are comparing themselves to other women. They're comparing themselves to what is this quote unquote status quo, right? And I see it all the time. I hear, and I tell people all the time, I'm like, look, I have no shame here. And I'm here, I still like my food. I never told you I wanted a six pack. I just like doing what I do because it makes me feel good. It makes me look good, you know? And the thing about it is that I am not going to run away from social media because of the people. Like I said, I know people were in the comments saying, ignore them. Yeah, of course. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't. Like I said, I've been posting videos online since before Instagram even had videos. So I've been posting since like 2008, 2009, right? And me and Lucy, we are here as living examples. We are not going to shy away from the internet because people got stuff to say. We are here. If you ever feel discouraged, if you ever feel, oh my gosh, I need to look like this. Oh my gosh, let me tell y'all, I am not the same jumper or the same person that I was at the age of 20. Okay. I am 42. I'm not trying to look like I'm 19 anymore. Okay. I birthed three children. Okay. I have a life. I am a full-time employee. I am an entrepreneur. I am a mom of three. I have two special needs children. I am a wife. Like I have a life. You know what I'm saying? So me wanting to take that little 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes out my day to do what makes me feel good, like go ahead and do the same thing, okay? Stop comparing yourself to these people, okay? Stop comparing yourself to these people because that's what's going to take your confidence way down. Like you keep comparing yourself. Yeah.
I have got to interject here. Let me tell you something. Guys, be real. All these filtered, all these doctored pictures and videos you see online, do you honestly really believe 99% of them are authentic? Come on. Anything that's posted online, don't you see that it's like posted for you to feel a certain way? You look at this little skinny. Forget about the word skinny. You look at this woman, she's really fit, she looks really good. You don't think that there's a little bit of filter, a little bit of zhuzh here and there to make it look this way? Of course, that's what posting is all about for the most part. But I will tell you this, 70 to 80% of these women that you see that look that way, they were born that way, y'all. Okay? If you were born slim, skinny, what have you, and now you wear really cute stuff, you know how to enhance yourself, you put yourself online, you can sell yourself because everybody wants to look that way in general, especially the younger population right now, right? That's the status quo, that's the gold standard. So if you're already slim, you didn't have to fight or work for that. It's easy for you versus women like us that have gone through severe weight issues and now we've transformed ourselves. For me, that's true inspiration. I'm not going to look at a slim or skinny woman and say, oh, I want to be that way. A lot of them have already been this way. I want to look at women who have changed their lives, right? You could have been 200 pounds and now you're like 198. That's progress, honey.
Right.
That's progress. Right? How do you feel?
And that's what it all goes back to. How do you feel? That's what's missing from this culture online. Right. Is how do you feel? We don't care about how it makes you look. We care about how do you feel when you do this? How do you feel like mentally? How do you feel emotionally? How has this helped you? Like me. And sometimes it may be an exaggeration, but I tell people when I go outside or in the gym and I put my music in my ears or on my loudspeaker, I feel like I'm on vacation. Okay. Yes, I'm not in another state or country, but just like when I'm in my world, I forget about everything. I don't think about my family. I don't think about myself. I don't think about my stress. All I care about is having a good time in that moment. Okay. So, and this is what, and this is what me and Lucy B sells. Okay. And this is why people are so attracted to us, including our normal people, including the media, including everybody, because of how we make people feel. It's not about, I'm not out here preaching. Yeah. It's about how you make the people feel. Because and I can go through all of my comments, especially on TikTok. Like I said in the beginning, people are like, "Oh my gosh, my day is better. Oh my gosh, I was depressed. Oh my gosh, I just want to." It'd be like 11 o'clock at night. They commenting, "Oh, I just want to go outside and jump right now." Like, so it's we're selling a feeling. We're selling confidence, and when people look at us, that is what they're seeing. They're seeing confidence, and they are seeing a good time. They're seeing a good feeling.
And they see themselves in us.
Right.
They see themselves in us because a lot of the women and men too, because I hate to exclude the men. There's a lot of men who are in our category.
Oh yeah, I do have some. And
it's just like some of them may not have the confidence to do what we're doing. Some of them they have it, but it's like they're a little too embarrassed
because of what people say.
Exactly. When we go to the gym, girl. First of all, I'm the only sister in that gym, so that's one thing. So I walk in there, I'm like, I'm about to get my jump rope on. So they give me the whole studio, I jump by myself. So I'm happy about that. But when people see me jumping in there and I'm playing my music, you know how that is.
Yep.
You have your jam on. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay. And I'm moving to it. You know what they do? They stand and they stare.
Lucy, let me tell you something. How many times have you, like, because you know me, I'm infamous. If I have a rope and the right sports bra and I hear music, I'm a jump. How many times have you either A, performed, or B, just jumped somewhere and people were shocked when you finished jumping? They'd be like, I wasn't expecting that. How many times has that happened?
Unfortunately for me, a lot of them step up to me like, how did you do that? Not like, how do you do the trick? This is what they're saying. You're big.
They're not expecting it.
And I don't understand. Literally, like, people are out the block in the city. Our people tend to be a little less like that, right? They'll be like,
or they'll just be shocked that someone of our stature was able to do that. Because I've done that plenty of times where, like, I've either performed or I've either did something in the middle and people are just shocked, like, oh, okay, wow. But they're amazed, but it's just like, wow, like, I was not expecting that. And I love doing that. Like, I used to go to talent shows. I used to go to talent shows and like open mic just for the fun of it, just to stand up there. And then I'll go, and they'd be like, let me show you what this big girl does.
Let me tell you something. There's no shame in showing improvement, because the thing is with me, I'll be very honest with you. I'm out to slay it all, meaning what you don't expect, I'm gonna give it to you.
Yep.
Because I've had too many people tell me I can't. My doctors tell me I'm gonna be in a wheelchair. Honey, I'm not. How many years now? I'm not in no wheelchair.
That's amazing.
They told me I couldn't do this, I couldn't do that. Here I am living the best life ever.
Jump rope.
They told me jump rope. When my attending told me, you are leaving medicine to do what? You want to be a professional. What?
Girl, when you told me you was a doctor, I was like, what?
99.9 people thought first I either had a mental breakdown. They told me to my face, why would you leave obstetrics and gynecology? I understand it. They say, well, because you studied and you paid, you have all these loans. Yeah, but I decided to do what was good for me.
What made you feel good?
Sometimes you think life is going to take you here and God brings you there. Let me tell you something, guys. What I have done for children,
yes,
I leave it there. If I die tonight, my legacy will go with me for what the children have gotten from what I've given. Had I not left medicine, they wouldn't have gotten there. Remember, I wrote my book in 2016.
Yep.
In that book, I explained to everyone about that little girl that almost killed herself up in the Bronx, y'all. She found my book. Somehow, somewhere, she found that book and got in contact with me that night. Okay? So I'm just going to leave it right there. Those of you who are interested, you just go. This is for another day.
Yeah. And it's a very, very, very good book. Big Bottom Blues. Very good book.
Okay. But let me tell you, this is what I'm saying, guys. Never think that life will take you in a straight path. Everyone said that I lost my marbles when I left medicine. Everybody told me I was doing the wrong thing. It was me against everybody for the right reason and for the wrong reasons. And I said, to hell with everybody. I'm doing my thing. And thank God I did. Thank God I did. So that you and I, we have our talents, and we're trying to help the world get better. Bring in positive vibes. Look what climate we're living in right now.
Right.
Divisive, negative, just unhappy, all sorts of issues going on in the world. Why can't we just bring our talents to the world and make life a little better?
Right.
The 10 minutes that you give, when you every time I see a video, I'm like always smiling, right? Like, damn, it is 5 a.m. She's gonna make me happy, B. You make me happy. When I see that face, you make me happy. That smile just lights up a room. That's what matters. Sometimes somebody may not say anything to you, but you jump in there and the thing you do in the head. I was like, oh, I love it. You made me happy. You made me happy. Now I'm like, you know what? I'm just going with it. There's so many times I'm like, I don't want to work out. I click on your videos. I'm like, I'm going to work out. But that's what I'm talking about. Same thing when people see me jumping rope, I get into the zone.
Yes.
When I'm jumping, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me.
Yep.
So brothers trying to be, not brothers, but people who want to talk to me.
Right.
I'm like, don't be talking to me because I'm working out. I'm jumping rope.
Right. Like I'm in my zone. I'm somewhere else. I'm not here.
I'm not here, right? But that's what jumping was. And that's why we try to encourage everybody to get into it, right? Whether you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. I have my oldest right now. She's 84, y'all.
Yes.
84 kicking butt. Okay? So there is no excuse.
None.
Whether you're, obviously, if you are morbidly obese, obviously.
Right.
Okay? But if you are moderately overweight, even grossly overweight, I've seen people jump rope and get phenomenal results from it.
Yep.
Every single time.
Yep.
But you have to do it the right way.
The right way and consistently. And of course, the older you get, you monitor what you eat and you do the things that you need to do if the weight loss is important to you.
Exactly. And the weight loss, there's so many things like involved with that, right? When people talk about genetics, yeah, genetics is one thing, but don't forget muscle mass, bone mass, health status, all of these things come into it,
Yes.
right? Plus your nutrition. Because guys, let's keep it real. 3,500 calories equals what?
Up
1
and down.
pound. Do the math, right? If you strictly want to lose weight, you do the math and you can lose weight. But that's the thing. Nutrition is a whole other subject altogether because a lot of us have eating disorders, including myself. I don't know about y'all out there. Now, see, Black women don't like to talk about this.
Right.
Eating disorders. Because I've had that since I was young. And people are like, eating disorder, what do you mean? So the first thing they think about is like, well, do you vomit? No, I don't vomit.
More than you moving. Yep.
But then you go to the gym and try to burn all those calories off. That's an eating disorder, guys.
Right.
If you didn't know that. So it's a training eating. So you eat to work out. You work out to eat so that your calories stay at a certain level.
Right.
In my case, because I have one of your followers, he said to me, you know what, that he plateaued or she plateaued and do this program for me not to plateau. And I explained to him that it's not that I plateaued. My issue is the eating. I eat a lot of calories, especially at night because I don't sleep.
Right.
So I'm eating the calories, and then I go to the gym and I barely burn all the calories, so I have an excess. So obviously I'm going to keep the weight on or gain more weight.
Right.
So this is a health issue. This is a issue that I'm dealing with. This is not someone who sleeps 8 hours a day, pretty much healthy, whatever, and gaining weight. Understand? So, but that's not an excuse. It just means that I have more hurdle to go to get to where I need to be. Let me see him.
T-John, come here, T-John. Come here. My friend want to say hi to you.
I want to see how much he's grown. Let me see.
Hi.
Wait, come.
Hi.
Do you remember me?
Um,
So cute. Oh my God.
no.
You don't know?
Yeah, I don't
You
know.
met her 2 years ago.
No.
I'm gonna show you the picture. I'm gonna show you the picture. Yeah, 2 years ago. It's too funny. I can't.
He's so cute.
Thank you.
Anybody here, like anybody who's online, have you guys ever been fat shamed? Anybody right now in the comments? No?
Yeah, for y'all in the comments, do y'all have questions? I know me and Lucy been talking for an hour and a
What's your part two?
Right.
Focusing only on your feet.
No, it's okay. It's our peeps. Okay. Do anybody here look, your peeps, my peeps, okay? Ain't no thing about my peeps, okay? So many people that started following you, Lucy. Oh my goodness. So look. Okay, these ain't my I don't own these people.
I'm like, wait a minute. This is not like, you know me. First of all, I'm very techno, not savvy at all. I got on Instagram just to document what I do. Because I have to, the thing is for me, I have to have all of that documented. Always been this way. It was never for followers. And today my husband's like, what the hell? I said, tell me it's Bernadette.
She doesn't see that, Johnny?
I swear to God, thank you, B.
No, you're welcome. Like I said, I do not care. Let me tell you how many people watch this video. Because like I said, I love my people. I could care less. I love my people. So everybody has something to offer to this world. Like I'm not the know all be all. So far 2,952 people don't watch your video. 414 people liked it. Yeah, I'm not playing. Yes, if you could check my reels. You posted one, but post more. But look, we have some questions down here in the chat, Lucy. Okay, so you're the house music. So someone wants to know, Mountain Mover Mom, she wants to know if you have a house playlist. Yeah.
A technical house playlist like on Spotify kind of thing?
I guess whatever you like listening to.
Okay, so I get all of my first of all, I get all of my music from Traxsource.com. I'm just gonna write it down here.
Yeah.
Well, okay, hold on. Track TRAXSOU.com. It all sounds to me like I remember what you told me. Never try to like get free, whatever. But
you could know that's general information. That's music.
Music, I go there, I spend hours sifting through all of the house categories, like every single day to get the best music. So I am very, very open to share I'm a screenshot because I can't, unless you go there, you would have to download it on your, how do I explain that? I'm a screenshot the tracks for you. And then you'll find it on Traxsource, whoever's asking for it. I will do that.
Yeah, that's Achara asking. And I think somebody had asked earlier as well. You have another question.
Because what I like, sometimes I like crazy music. You might not like some of the music on there. That's what I'm saying.
No, I mean, no, this is for the people that's asking. Like I said, I don't jump to house music too much, but everybody got their style. So this is what people are asking. Someone asked, Chef One Skates asked, do you do other workouts in the gym?
Yes, I do. I do spinning sometimes, and then also I can get on the treadmill, but on an incline. I don't just like the regular treadmill. I do a real intense treadmill, 60 to 90 minutes on the treadmill from inclines 8 to 15%. Right up there.
And I think I seen you on it. You just had a video on your page too. On the
I don't enjoy running at all.
Me either. Me either. Look, I
I
dance on the treadmill. Look, I
treadmill, but it's gotta be on that incline. I don't even like the spin bike because it's boring. You're just spinning. It's just so boring, right? So the thing is, I try to do my own customized jump rope weight training because that's fun for me. That's fun. Otherwise, like if I'm outdoors, jump rope, I ride my bike, but that's it. Sorry, that's what I like.
Yep. Yeah, that's the same with me. Like if I go to the gym, like if I'm outside at home, I'll do like my 10 sets of 100. I do the elliptical. Love the elliptical. And then the treadmill, I used to dance a lot on it, but I don't do that as much anymore. But my go-to in the gym is the elliptical, and then I'll do the machines and stuff. And then of course I'll jump because I have an audience. So I like to show off.
Jump rope was fun, but okay, I did forget one machine.
You was on the road the other day.
The rowing machine is really good, especially for your back and whatnot. But the Bicella, who knows what I'm talking
What's that?
about there? I call it the Bicella. It is the rolling stairs, y'all.
Oh.
That is the mother of all machines, and not everybody uses it. It is the hardest. The stairs roll.
Wow.
So you actually have to. You have to work.
So that's different from the Stairmaster?
Oh yes, honey, because the stairs actually roll. Like
wow.
The electronic, and it goes on an incline, and sometimes it moves. Well, it changes incline. At least the one in my gym.
Okay.
It's the distance between each stair increases.
Wow.
Increases. So
wow.
But then it goes up to an incline.
Wow.
That is the bomb. So that is like that machine. You have to be ready for it. Right? I love it. Oh my God. So I'm trying to get back on it. I'm not fit right now for it because I detrained.
Right.
So, but next month I'm gonna get back on it.
That sounds intense.
I'm talking about y'all. That is the Stairmaster's all right, but I need something a little bit more.
Yeah. So with action. Achara asks, what are good shoes?
I want to talk to you guys about that, right? Anytime someone asks that question, they think I'm gonna give them like a brand name.
I don't do that either.
Good. Guys, let me tell you something, and please don't laugh. I know some of you are gonna laugh at me. For my competition for the nationals, I went out to Payless. I got me a $25 pair of sneakers. And the sneakers, okay, all you need is a sneaker that has a thick sole, okay? Number 2, never get high tops. Very bad for the ankles. You'll see them. Sometimes they have like a little high, they have a little tag in the back. Avoid all of that. Now, a prototype would be Asics, right? You guys, you know the Asics sneaker. Good padding around the soles, around the heels. There's no high top. Perfect padding all around. That's all you need. And you can find $25 pair of sneakers just fine.
Yep.
That took me a whole year. Did fine with them.
Yep.
So it's not the designer brands, okay? It's not always like, $200, $300. Just buy a sneaker that's comfortable, that's padded around the sole of the foot, the heel. Not too much cushioning around the ankle, okay? Because you really need the rotation, okay? You don't want it to be stiff. You understand? I've seen that, right? You want this around the ankle, and you're fine.
Yep. I always tell people, like, just get whatever works for you, because everybody has different feet. Some people have flat arch, some people have wide feet. So anytime somebody asks me that, I just say anything that absorbs shock, but make sure it fits like your foot.
Exactly. So. What absorbs shock is the padding around the heel and the sole. But what they should not get are sneakers that is it Keds? Keds. Flat sneakers.
Right, like Chucks.
Exactly. What is it called?
Well, yeah, the Converse sneakers.
I'm so behind.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Matter of fact, I was watching some old videos of myself on Facebook today, and I'm just like, wow, I can't jump in those no more. That was back in 2015.
Y'all don't do it, right? I'm talking about the soles, right? Right, you need padding, okay, and that's it.
Yep.
And also, y'all, please avoid concrete. I notice now, you have a mat, right?
Right.
Exactly. Guys, please avoid concrete. There's so many micro fractures and fractures associated with jumping rope on concrete. Be careful. The micro fractures, you won't feel it until later on. You'll jump, and all of a sudden you just start having problems with your feet. Okay, and then it goes up into your ankles and into the knees and into your back. And then what they find out is that you have a microfracture right in your metatarsals foot.
Wow.
Right? And it's split. The fracture's in the bone and it just starts fissuring. It splits. So it looks like it's splitting the bone from inside.
Wow.
Okay? That's what jump rope does. So jumping rope on concrete, I mean. So be careful with that.
Okay, and Chef on Skates asks what surface is best. So anything that absorbs shocks, such as a wood floor or a rubber track turf.
Wood floor, because there's two types of wood. There's hardwood that doesn't move.
What, the springy one?
Right. And then there's the suspended wood, the expensive one that you find at the gyms. And then you have the sports court. And then you have the kind of court on tennis, but it has to be clay, because clay is kind of softer than the regular concrete tennis court. So those are the best surfaces.
Yep. Does anybody else have any questions out here? This is such a great discussion. Take advantage of these powerhouses while you have it.
Yes.
So I just need to scroll up and make sure I didn't miss anything.
To jump rope, have fun, get other people to jump with you. And now that it's spring, guys, go outdoors.
Yep.
Get your daily dose of oxygen and the vitamin D, the sun. Inhale nature, be around nature. Like right now, I'm in the woods right now, and it's the bomb. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to jump rope. What time is it right now? What time do you have?
6:44.
Which means it's 6:44. That means it's 1:44 here.
How young do you start your kids? Okay, so for me, I have like my son Johnny, the one that you see jumping all the time. He's been holding the rope in his hand since all he could do is go like this. So even T-John started with just holding a rope and going like this. So I think you can start the process very, very young, but just be patient as they grow. So I believe Johnny first started jumping over the rope at probably 4 or 5. And then T-John, he literally did his first jumps in September last year. So, and because I remember what happened was he started turning the rope backwards and jumping, but not jumping over it, right? And because of being on the autism spectrum, no matter how many times I was just like, good job, he was not going for it. So I remember I did a video and he like did the backwards thing, didn't jump over the rope, and he put his arms down and he put his head down like that. That thing went viral on TikTok. But then in September, he actually started doing his first jumps. It's still one at a time, but he can do it. So I would say give your kids a rope as soon as they can hold on to it, and just be patient with them through the process, and they'll eventually get it.
Exactly. But in this case, like for me, because I don't have to.
And you specialize in teaching kids.
Exactly. So I would say when I had the studio, I've had some really good jumpers as young as 5. Never younger. The younger, and also if you see the kids turning backwards, that's how their brains compute. Got kind of like assimilating the rope into their hands, right? They computed going backwards, and all the kids do that in the beginning, the young ones, right? So by age 5, I think that they know how to do the forward, right? So I would say 5 to 6 years old. Also, if you're going to give kids younger than 5 like a rope, make sure it's not too long. You see this? I want you guys to look. When you do this with your shoulder, you're not working arms. You're working the joint and the bursa. this shoulder joint here could just pop right out if the rope is too long. So I would prefer you give them a rope that's just right or slightly shorter because they won't jump it. They'll just slap the rope on the floor.
Yeah, for the most part, they just like I said, for my kids, they wasn't even going like this. They were just like waving it up and down because I wasn't expecting anything from it. It's just like, okay, here, you see mommy doing it. You want a rope too? Okay, and they just take the rope and just go. You know. So, since that, y'all teach double dutch too? Yes, we do.
Okay, girl, you talk about your. Okay, okay, so I don't know about your story. Back in my day, born and raised in New York.
That's all we did.
Never did double dutch in my life. I mean, never. I started double dutch when I started my studio to teach myself.
What?
Why did I do double dutch? I'm gonna tell you why. Two reasons. My mother's like, oh no, you can't go to the street. You can't do double dutch. I was like, forget you, mom. I want to do it, right? But the mean girls, I was too fat. I got bullied as a child, bullied. You're too fat. They wouldn't even let me turn around. They wouldn't even forget about jumping. So I never did double dutch as a kid.
Wow.
So I had to teach myself when I opened my studio because those kids wanted to learn what double dutch was because at that time that movie Jump In was popular. Remember Jump In?
Yes.
The Disney movie, right. Maybe you're too young, Bernadette.
Wow.
The Disney movie Jump In. It got really, really popular. The jump rope became very popular in the States.
Wow.
So, but that's why. So I do teach double dutch, but not so much because the kids are more interested in single rope cardiovascular training.
Wow, that's
and all this stuff.
That's amazing.
So you teach double dutch, right?
I can teach double dutch, but I don't want to be known as a double dutch instructor, so I really don't teach it. Like I'll go to like classes and stuff, or I teach double dutch for workshops. But like I stick to my single rope because that's what I want to be known for. But like I said, if I do a workshop, I will do it like included in the workshop. Or when I was teaching like little kids at the 92nd Y, I would incorporate double dutch, just to give them like a variety of things. But yeah, so I grew up I grew up in Bronx, Harlem, and I grew up jumping double dutch. That's all we did. Double dutch, straight rope games. And yeah, as a street, and I call it a street jumper because now like when I teach it like the other way where they gotta like bounce up and down on both feet. Right. But it's so weird how something I started like this little girl from the Bronx, I never in my life imagined that jump rope would be this relevant in my life. It's crazy.
Exactly. It's absolutely not. I mean, like for me, from doctor to professional jumper to coach, that's crazy, right? And but what were you a social worker? You're still doing social work?
I'm still doing case management, so it's almost like the same thing.
Okay, so I mean, but you're there in the field of education. So and still, jump rope is a big part of your life. It is your business,
right?
It's not bigger than what you're doing right now. It's your life. It does so much for so many people.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I get so excited thinking about it because jump rope, I mean, I don't know about you, B. I'm not going to talk for you, I suspect. So, jump rope is very lucrative if you do it right.
Yeah.
If you serve the masses.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I've been making ropes, and I don't have to advertise. I've been making ropes since 2003. And I didn't even need to advertise for it because the clientele purchased the ropes and their clientele purchased the ropes and then
I need me a new rope. Matter of fact, y'all, if on Instagram, if you see my profile picture, that picture is the colorful rope. That's your rope. So you see that on you see every time I go for like a jump rope interview or something, that's my picture. So your rope is advertised in a lot of my stuff. That's your rope. Check when we get off of here. When we get off of here. Check my profile picture on Instagram. That's your rope.
Oh my God! I'm such a big dummy when it comes to this Instagram. Like literally, let me tell you, everybody who doesn't know, I'm sure you already know. You are a plethora of knowledge. You are just like walking knowledge when it comes to this social media. But I can't keep up. I don't even know. Like I don't know how you do it though. Like I told you this. I'm like, but I get overwhelmed with all of this stuff. Like okay, TikTok. Then there's Twitter. And there's Fleek. Like what? Okay.
You know what's funny too? is that I just joined this monthly membership, right? For like it's like a fitness mastermind that they have weekly sessions and all that stuff. But they actually did an audit of my social media, and they were just in awe of how omnipresent I was and how I was able to manage and maintain all of this. And they were like, and they thought I had a team. I'm like, no, I do this by
I
myself,
swear I thought we had a team.
and I wish.
I figured a PR person, at least three people were, because I'm like, me, how is this possible?
Not one,
I mean, what?
not one.
That's bananas, though.
It's crazy, but it's just like I just invest in myself a lot. So I just invest in coaches, work with, and I take what I use, I take what I can, and I just implement it the best I can, and that's all I can do.
Say, and I don't gas people up, but you have a talent, girl. I told you this before. This is not everybody can consume this kind of stuff at the speed at which you do it, and you do it well. Like you are
Thank you.
truly the omnipresent, omnipotent entrepreneur online. Because I'm like, how I just post my little videos on Instagram and I'm done. I don't even know where to look for a comment. Like you're the one who taught me how to do live.
Wow.
Remember? I told you, B, what's live? And you laughed at me. Y'all better not be laughing at me. I never heard y'all. I didn't know. And it's like, and I feel badly. My husband's like, do you want to do something like that? I'm like, no, I can't. It's too much. It's not for me. Like, this is what I love. It's too much. I would need a team. That's what I'm saying. Kudos to you.
Thank you. Look, I said eventually I'll have the team. But the great thing about it though is that the consistency, that we put out, like it matters and people watch. And I think that's why, number one, we've impacted the lives that we have. And number two, we've garnered the international attention that we have as well, because the numbers may be small. I'd see that there's other, people that jump over stuff that have way more numbers, right? But that don't mean nothing on the impact that we've had.
Wait, back up, B. I told you this. Now, remember what I told you in the park? Your niche. Focus on your niche.
Yep.
That's their stuff. They're doing their thing. You make sure that you are perfect in your little, it's not bubble, it's your niche.
My niche, yep.
That you're doing the maximum in your niche. And that you're doing the most positive in your niche. And that is success.
Yep.
Right? It's not their number. They can have great visual numbers, but you don't really know. Okay? So I'm saying, guys, don't drink the Kool-Aid. Social media, that's what it is.
Yep.
It's what they make you see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You are 100% pure authenticity.
Yep.
Facts.
That's it.
It's facts. So when you say little, 27,000, 25,000?
21 on Insta.
Oh my Jesus Christ. I mean, come on now, right? That's major. You work hard to get that. You didn't buy those numbers.
Sure enough,
those are real people. Exactly what I'm saying. So kudos to you. It will only continue. But this is not the only platform that you have. You have Twitter, you have LinkedIn, you have all these other social, YouTube. Come on, girl. No.
Yeah, TikTok my jam. TikTok is new, but let me tell you something. So this Instagram page, I've been growing since 2014, right? And TikTok, I started November 2019. Not only have I've surpassed my followers. So on TikTok, I'm at like 40,000. But what happened is on TikTok, TikTok, they're very engaging, so it's like how on Instagram, they'll just like your photo and video and keep moving. TikTok, they actually comment. So TikTok, you build community and then you send them to like your money maker. So for me, my TikTok, because TikTok is driven by music, right? So, and TikTok is a perfect place for you. Like you can find so much house music, put the countdown for 15 seconds, jump for 15 seconds, post it. That's what I do. So yes, game here.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I
see,
so I
see,
do.
see, okay, this is what you guys see. Okay, I just asked. Okay, girl gave me a lesson right there. That's what I'm saying. It's what wow. Are you serious?
That's what I do. So when you see me outside doing the 10 cents to 100 jumps, I do that. But after that, I get on TikTok and for 15, I just find music within the app, and for 15 seconds, I'll just go and I'll post it. Right? Yeah. Right now, I got like 100. So with the TikTok, right? And let me tell you, do it.
Me something on Reels. Oh my god.
Okay, so basically Reels is TikTok. Basically Reels is Instagram's version of TikTok. So they Instagram did that to compete with TikTok.
Yes.
So with TikTok, like I said, I have gained a lot of community there. And then I send them to my Instagram, YouTube, or my free 5 day challenge. So like that's what I do on TikTok. And even I think a video of me and my son jumping was featured on the Today Show. And I'm like out of the billions, and we like I think this is John. I think this is when Trump was trying to take away TikTok or whatever, and they had like this news special when it was overturned, and because one of my Facebook friends was like, "You and your son on TV." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" But so later on, when they sent it to me, they took a video of me and my son jumping from TikTok and put it on their thing, and I was just like, "Wow!" Out of the billions of videos on. But I think TikTok would be a jam for you because you would just go on it, look at all the house music, and just jump. They will love you. T. John.
You said house. You said house. I was like, okay, exactly. I see how it's going. I got.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even know. Like I saw all this TikTok. It's just I'm thinking, oh, this is just for young people.
Right.
I'm like, okay, because all my students are like TikTok. I'm like, oh God, no Snapchat. I don't want to add it. This is all I'm hearing. I'm like, well, TikTok, no. But I did see that. But the thing is, B, why am I so lazy? Like, I don't feel investing all this time.
But you know what? But you know what the thing of T. John. But you know the thing about it though is that before TikTok, I was jumping to music. So all TikTok did was enhance what I was already doing. And for me, it became more challenging because now it's so much music there that now I'm challenging myself to jump. Because before, I would kind of just jump to music that I've listened to over and over and over again. So you know how you kind of listen and so you start to think on your feet as you're jumping. And the head bobble that I do now, that came as a result of TikTok. You know why? You know why? Because like I said, TikTok has so much music that sometimes when I'm jumping to a song, a lot of times it's a song I never heard before or that I'm not familiar with. So when I'm jumping, I'm like thinking on my feet. So the head bobble is like a placeholder while I'm thinking of what I'm gonna do next. Because I don't plan my routines. Like I just play music and jump on the spot. So that head bobble, and sometimes it's either a placeholder to go with the music, or it's kind of like me thinking, okay, like what's next, and I'm just jamming out. It's a part of the routine now. It's like so for you.
I swear to God, I am going to make a queen bee head bobble.
Yeah, so for you, TikTok wouldn't even be like an extra chore. It's actually going to be something you're already doing. Like it has a 10-second countdown. Like you put the music is already in the app. You put a 10-second countdown, and after the countdown is done, you just jump for 15 seconds, and you can either post it right then and there, or you can just save it into your drafts. Like me, I have like 120 something videos in my drafts.
Wow.
So I jump, I draft, and then when I feel like it, I just post them.
See, okay, guys, you see the pearls? You see how she's dropping all those like diamond pearls, golden stuff like this, Because I'm gonna tell you straight out, I have never met anyone who's a big social influencer, and I know them, right? They never drop pearls like that. I'm just saying, I like to keep it real. Never. First time, you. You understand me?
Understood.
Thank you, B. Thank you, B. Like, I'm slow to the game. I probably will do this like next month.
Look, next month is right around the corner.
I won't forget it. More like May. What I'm envisioning, though, like eventually, because you have a lot of travels to do. When you come to Stockholm, I'd like to bring you over to the school.
Okay.
I really like to bring you over because the kids are very interested to sit down and hear your story. I mean, I tell them all about you. As a matter of fact, I think I actually recorded one of my classes speaking about you.
Wow.
And the thing is, I just have to find, you know me, I'm bad with these things. I record, I just leave these things here and then they get deleted. But I know I have it. Because the thing is, the kids need to see positive role models that look like themselves. You understand?
Right.
Even the ones that don't look, but if you're in the school, you're part of us, right? They
Right.
need to see women, strong women doing things. Because here, women that look like us, they're the ones cleaning the streets. Nothing wrong with that now.
But it's stereotypical.
But the other ones that they see are the ones that are lawyers, doctors, they're the ones that judges, but they don't look like them. So they think, well, when I'm done with school, okay, well, that's what I'm going to do.
Right.
And I'm telling them, hell no.
Right.
You better shoot for the top.
Yep.
I did it.
You sure did.
And you can too.
Doing
Right?
something that you love.
Yes, right. The thing is, you want to live life on your terms.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Your turn. Get to the very top and then create the life that you want. Right? Don't let life create you. You create your life.
Yes, I love that.
And that's for everybody listening right now too. Never give up. No matter where you are in life, no matter what fitness level you are, no matter how out of shape you think you are, or how down you may feel, or what age you may be. You can do it. Start now. Start now. If you're on this, if you're hearing this, that means you're part of the positive community.
Yep.
Facts. All right? Each one help one. And that's what I was telling you. I like people who help others. You help one person, the next person helps another. This is what I tell my students. I'm helping you. I expect you to go help another. Don't come up in here with your little selfish talk. I will knock you out. These kids, they know I can get real severe with the new Swedish kids. I want you to emulate goodness, period. And that's in everything that you do. Yep. Excellence and goodness, period. And I do that with my trainees too. Older women, I'm like the same thing. Excellence and goodness come together. So there's oh my God, there's so much I want to tell you.
Yep. And that's where that acronym comes from. Jump.
Exactly.
And I think I told you about this in 2019, the acronym, right? But the thing about it is that I wasn't doing much with it at that time. But now I'm coming up with it before, because it took me a while. But by later this year, I'm going to have that framework, because like I said, this jump, it means take action. So not only, just like I said, with this jump rope, in order for you to get to that next level, when you turn, you got to jump. And that's such as life. Whatever you want to do, you have to take action. You cannot dwell on, and you cannot dwell on what was.
Right.
You got to just.
Guess what? It is, you can't, but it happens because that's the way the mind is. The mind tends to go to the negative. The mind tends to go to the more dark part.
And that comes with the healing.
But that's
healing.
Where people like us come in. Find someone. Each one help one. Find a person who might be feeling down, right? Help them. Help yourself. Because when you help another person, you lift yourself up too. Right? So this is what your community is all about.
And remember, jump journey of the underdog making progress. Okay. So even with going through the depression, or I remember you talking about eating disorders and things like that, it's like, if you don't go and take the proper steps to get that help, you're not going to be able to make it to the next level. Okay. So sometimes, yes, we may look back, but if you stay there and you don't take the action steps for change, you're not going to change. You're not going to grow. You have to take that journey, underdog making progress. I wouldn't be where I am today if I didn't go to therapy, if I didn't get the positive people in my life. I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here. If I didn't get the help, all them people that said those mean and cruel things to me online, guess what? I could have took that, internalized it, and I could have took myself out because guess what? I have a history of that. You know what I'm saying? So when you have things in your life, you're not going to get to the next level until you actually get through, and not even get through, but work through those issues of the past. It's no such thing as getting over. You don't get over things. You work through things. I'm tired of people being told, get over it. Get over it. Because guess what? When you're getting over something, you're just putting a rug over it, right? But at any opportune time, it's going to come back up. So you have to work through it. And when you work through it, and not to say that you're going to be completely and totally healed, but guess what? When you turn that rope and it tries to hit your foot, something's going to trigger you. I'm going to jump because I worked through this. So this is the significance of this jump, okay? It's not just about the physical act of jumping, but it's about that mental act of jumping, that emotional act of jumping. And the only way you can do that is to work through it.
Exactly.
It's not going to happen in one day. It's a process. Journey of the underdog making progress.
When you get to the other side, you got to work, right? Nothing comes easy. And if it comes easy, it ain't work.
Yep.
And there's no satisfaction in getting the success if you didn't really work for it. Really, think about it. The sweetness, the feeling of like satisfaction with yourself is when you work hard to get to that end point. Right? Somebody gives you something that's nice, but you didn't work for it.
Right.
You understand? Right? When you really change yourself, when you see a true transformation, you feel good about yourself, that's when you're able to talk about it.
Yep. The only way.
Don't come and try to tell me about an eating disorder that you read about in a psychology book. You haven't gone through it. You don't know what I'm going through. Don't tell me about depression if you read about it. Have you gone through it? Do you know about it? Do you have a loved one with it? What do you know about it other than reading it in a book? When those teen guys are online posting themselves looking the way when they were born that way, they just put on nice clothes. You're not an inspiration for me. That's not true. It might be for other people. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm looking for people who show me change.
Yep.
Who have gone through the struggle. Exactly.
And that's what it is.
It is almost 2:00.
Yes. I know you on vacation too. So.
Vacation till Monday morning.
But Lucy, I want to thank you so much for this talk, this discussion. It was amazing. And there's so many comments between YouTube, Facebook, because I ended up getting back on StreamYard, Instagram.
Can you see all that? Can you see that? Can you see all that right now from where you are?
Where are you, Lucy? She's right there, Monique. All the comments are rolling up on the screen. You don't see them?
Okay, all you people think I'm a big dummy, right?
No, it's okay. The comments are rolling right up on this screen. But I ended up getting back on StreamYard. So like so many people are commenting. So many people definitely loved this discussion. It was amazing. Lucy's in Sweden. She's in Stockholm, Sweden. So that's what they're asking.
Yeah.
So I definitely, like I said, I thank you for this. I thank you so much for the inspiration that you've had on my life, your mentorship, your love. I'm so grateful for you, and I'm so grateful that we did this. We must do this again. We must do this again.
Check this out. We need to do a jump thing together.
Oh, definitely. Oh yeah. Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah, we're gonna do that. Yes.
But I have to do the house music.
No, definitely. No, I don't care. Look, let's go. Look, let's go. Let's do it. Like, I'm all for it. Whatever. Look, I'm all for it.
We got to do this. But let me tell you again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much, sis. Really, 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 for all that you do for us as a whole, as a community, as sisters, as queens. Thank you. for teaching us the ropes. Thank you for being you.
You're welcome.
I'm so inspired and motivated by you. Thank you for motivating my students too, especially Sarah. I know she's on there.
Yeah, she
Hey,
just
Sarah,
she just accepted my request, so I have to send her a message.
that girl loves you. You're about to make a transformation too.
I love it.
Holla.
I see her working real hard. She is not playing.
And shout out to every one of you peeps out there. Thank you for listening to us. We love you. And thank you for all the new followers. Thank you so much for the shout out.
You're welcome.
You
You're welcome. No problem.
You know, I'll follow you back. And I'm bad with social media. If you message me, I will find a way to learn how to do that. I'm just a dumb when it comes to that, so forgive me in advance, y'all.
Look, you got this. We ain't even holding it against you.
Thank you, y'all.
You're welcome. Thank you, Lucy. Mwah. Bye.
Have a good weekend, y'all.
All right, you too. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, y'all. Thank you so much for the comments.